Howdy folks, I hope you're doing well. Today we'll be checking out Williams Pinball Volume 10 by Zen Studios. I know this one's pretty late. My daughter was really sick for the latter part of the week. That rolled into the weekend, and well, you know the drill. But now she's on the mend, so now we can get to it. This is the first Zen release since they parted ways with AtGames, but I'm sure a majority of you guys already know that. Included in this pack are single name tables Comet, Diner, and Fire. Before we get into the gameplay here though, let's talk a little history. First up is Comet. The video that you're watching here comes from GRC Pinball Official. Comet was released in June 1985 and sold 8,100 units. This solid-state table was built on the Williams System 9 MPU. Some of the notable features of this table are 2 flippers, 3 pop bumpers, 2 slingshots, 9 stand-up targets, 2 kick-out holes, 1 drop target, and a left crossover return, as well as a mini post between the flippers. Initially, the table was called Riverview, after the now-closed amusement park that used to sit across the river from Williams' headquarters in Chicago. After discussions, it was decided to name it Comet, which was a common coaster name of that era. The 1986 rollovers at the top of the playfield were added in recognition of Halley's Comet near-Earth flyby in 1986. Next up is Diner. The video that you're watching here comes from Papa Pinball. Diner was released on June 11, 1990 and sold approximately 3,552 units. I say approximately because the records were adjusted from 3,554 to 3,555, then back to 3,552 without any notation for the change. This solid-state table was built on the Williams System 11C MPU. Some of the notable features for this table are 2 flippers, 3 pop bumpers, 2 3-bank drop targets, 2 ramps, 1 cellar hole, and a 2-ball multi-ball. The back box features 2 animations, clock hands that count time, and spring-mounted diners that bobble when the game is shaken. Diner was designed by Mark Ritchie and draws a lot of inspiration from Taxi, which he also designed. For example, the customer concept was inspired by Taxi's eclectic passengers. Several sound effects from Taxi were modified and rebuilt for Diner. The spinning toy cup on the playfield went through several design revisions. One of the earlier versions spun so quickly that it would fling balls unpredictably across the playfield. Finally, we come to Fire. The video that you're watching here comes from Lebo's Pinball. Fire was released on June 3rd, 1987 and sold approximately 7,697 units. This is another one that has some accounting discrepancies, for lack of a better term. A history printout dated December 20th, 1994, issued by the accounting department, shows that 7,987 units were sold. It's unclear as to whether or not prototypes or the champagne editions were included in this number. This solid-state table was built on the Williams System 11A MPU. The notable features for this one are 2 flippers, 4 slingshots, 15 stand-up targets, 3 moving ramps, 2 horseshoe lanes, and a plunger skill shot. It's interesting to note that this one has no pop bumpers whatsoever, which is a sin according to some pinball enthusiasts. Fire is based on the Great Chicago Fire that raged from October 8th through October 11th, 1871. The fire started in a barn owned by Patrick and Catherine O'Leary in the neighborhood of southwest Chicago. The fire spread quickly due to dry weather and strong winds, as well as the prevalence of wooden buildings of the time. The fire caused approximately 300 deaths and destroyed roughly 17,500 structures. In 1871, it was estimated that the financial loss was $222 million, which is roughly $5.7 billion in today's economy. As noted previously, there was a champagne edition of Fire. In that model, there were 2 rotating cylinders behind the back glass. It also had brass-plated trim, a white porcelain plunger knob, and a wooden cabinet that was hand-stained. Now that the history's out of the way, here's what we're gonna do. Since we have no AtGames releases to compare it to, and I'm not really interested in VR or setting it up, we're just gonna stick with the Pinball FX version. We're gonna roll through the tables in alphabetical order, and I'll give you a minute or two of gameplay before I line up all 3 and give you my take on them. A part picker link for the custom build that I use can be found in the description below if you wanna know more about it. With all that stuff out of the way, folks,
let's do it. Give me the chili and a root beer. Hands is trapped. Another engine.
It's about time.
So what did you guys think? Since we played in alphabetical order, we'll start off with Comet. This one straight up fucking sucks in my opinion. I feel like Zen was like, we need one more game and toss this one into the pack. I found it to be extremely boring and quite frankly a waste of time. The ball is damn near guaranteed to drain when it rolls down the locomotive outlane. If you think I'm wrong, fuck you, fight me on it. Playing this was an absolute chore. When I had enough footage, I just let the ball drain so I didn't have to play it or deal with it anymore. Moving on to Diner, at first I wasn't a fan. My first game was absolutely brutal. That's why I used it for the segment in the beginning. I really wanted you guys to see how hard of a time I had with it at first. I mean, it drained balls faster than a virgin on prom night, if there's even such a thing anymore. My second and third games went a hell of a lot better, and I found that the multi-ball was rather easy to obtain. Although my games ran rather quickly, I really warmed up to this one considerably. Moving on to Fire, this is definitely my favorite of the bunch. I will admit, I am a little bit biased because of the theme, obviously, but there's definitely another reason for some nostalgia on this one. This is one that I played a lot throughout one summer in Belmar. The Playland Arcade on 14th and Ocean in Belmar had this one tucked way in the back. As you can see, the place even had rooftop golf. Man, I used to get excited coming around a corner and seeing that stupid golf ball hanging off the side of the building. Anyway, getting back to the table, this is one of those rarities that does not have any pop bumpers on the playfield whatsoever. And with that said, I really don't miss them here. I found the moving ramps to be a lot of fun. Even though that rescue shot in the center is pretty tough to hit sometimes, I like how when you raised it, it would release all the trap balls that represented all the trap firefighters and start the multi-ball. Moving on to the pack as a whole, as far as the sound is concerned, I think they sound pretty great. Although, I would be remiss if I didn't note how dull it does sound without the SSF kit support. The thing that drives me crazy about these tables is that zoom in that happens to focus on the plunger in cabinet mode. I always found it to be a stupid feature in cabinet mode, because it makes it difficult to line up those skill shots on those tables that have them. I would like to see Zen remove those and include the backglass images so we don't have to hunt around the internet to find them. Thankfully, Blaze hooked us up over at RTX's Discord with those files, so we didn't have to hunt for them this time around. So what do you guys think of my assessment? Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Am I way off base? Maybe a little in between? Let me know in the comments. Well, that's it for this one, folks. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Please let me know why. Subscribe and give me another shot. If there's anything you'd like to see me cover, please let me know. If there's anything you'd like me to change or think I could do better, again, please let me know. If you hung out to the end, thank you for sticking around. I just want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And as always, stay safe, be well, and take care.